We are live. Hello, everyone. Um, this is Kaniz. I'm coming back again with my 7 days Go Live challenge. Today is my first day, day one.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited, as you can see in my screen, that I have this couple entrepreneur who is in our digital world is like a very popular face. I don't have to introduce their name is themselves as identity, like big, big, big identity in our digital world. So I am very excited to take the interview for them today, and I hope you all are excited as well. So let we welcome our super guest, Dave and Roxanne. You both are very, very, very warm welcome to my show, and I'm very super excited to take this stage, with you.
Thank you, Kanis. Thanks for having us here.
Yeah, it's such an honor, and we're excited to be here today.
I feel I cannot tell you how proud moment for me as to interview you, because this business I did not join that far. It's 6 months back I have started, and being a full-time IT profession, and mom of two daughters, one in teen and one is 7 years. And I'm very inspired by you both. Like I every day follow your live shows, and all the inspiring thing that you guys do for our community, the business community, our private group. I follow you, I see you. It's very inspiring, and this business has changed many life, even though through from your hand also. So these are the story I'm trying to bringing to my viewers or our community people who are still might be thinking like we are still in a circle of our community, might be like I want to show them this business is not a community business, it's a global community where like everyone can explore and join, and they can even change their life as well. So yes, I'm very excited for that, hope you are as well. So I'm mostly, let me introduce myself. As I said, my name is Kaniz. I am born and brought up in Bangladesh. Past 16 years I'm living in USA. By profession I am a IT person, and I'm a mom of two beautiful daughter. And here my 6 months journey with this digital business, and today where I am, I'm very, very proud myself to call myself as a digital business owner as well. So I will take you to both to I want to know about your journey of this business. Like, where did you start it, how did you came across for this business, why this business is your passion? Because I know right now, I don't think so this is your primary and every source of income, if I'm not. And I saw your video paying off the mortgage, like your mortgage free. so let's hear from you.
Thank you, Kenny. Just a little bit of background. So we are here in Canada, and as Kenny says, we are a global community. She's in the US. We just came off an interview from people from New Zealand.
Yeah.
So it's such an incredible time to be in business, because you could have business partners, customers all over the world, and that's what the internet can do for you. So, but we didn't start there. 6 years ago, my background is I graduated as an aeronautical engineer. Engineering was a good career, but I wasn't good at it. In fact, I joke around. I have a sickness called alarm clockitis, because when the alarm clock goes off, I just want to snooze it because I didn't want to go to work, and I forget the alarm clock goes off, and I want to chuck the alarm clock to the wall because I hated my job, right? So, and I took a leap of faith. I got out of engineering. That was a lot of, you have to get out of your comfort zone, because like what people will say, all that kind of stuff. But anyways, that was the biggest blessing. I got out of it. I got into my first business. This is over 15 years ago now. And in that business, I met my beautiful wife Roxanne, and I was her manager in financial services. And I joke around that I managed her really well because I married her, and now she's my boss, right?
That's how it work.
But before the online business, I was a general manager, and as you said, we do this full time now, right?
Yes. So prior to the online business, we were also working full time in our corporate jobs. I was working in finance, in a government job here in Canada, and For me, I took paralegal. That's my background because I wanted to be a lawyer at the time. And yeah, when I first moved here in Canada in 2004, because I thought that that was the only way. And when I worked there and also throughout my career, I realized that even though we have great careers, it's not enough. It's just enough for our bills, for our daily life, but it's not enough for our bigger dreams. So we did a lot of ventures. And then in 2018, thanks be to God, they found this online business through a Facebook ad, and the rest is history. Now we're doing this full time.
That's great. That's great. It's very inspiring. Like, since you both had a very wonderful established, career, and from that established career, people dream about those career, like the career that you have left behind. Now, the might be the I know the value of this business because I'm into it. So I know, like, the people who doesn't know, what do you think what they're missing? Like, you as a engineer, and you were paralegal, even though you were in finance, but your desire or your dream was to be a lawyer, fit in, as a paralegal career, to left those in the behind, and put your foot up to a digital world where you are as a now in a name brand, like Dave and Roxanne, we know that how your name brand is value in there. Like, how it was how easy it was for you, or what was the, like, struggle that you want to share, like what was the one things that have triggered your mind that, no, I have to take the decision, because you saw this vision that will bring you here today, what might you dreamed 6 years back?
Yeah, that's a good question, Kanis. And I think we had the blessing that we had before starting the online business. Like, we failed in 24 businesses already. We were already trying. So I think for the first thing is people need to have a mindset shift first, that there's a difference between an employee and an entrepreneur. That's the biggest thing. If you really look at wealthy people around the world, like the people that really have true freedom, right? Those are entrepreneurs, right? They're not people that work for a job, right? Because your job, if you work for a job, you're just limited to an income. So that's the first mindset shift. People need to shift that first. Then our next shift is that we failed in 24 businesses already. So we have seen different kinds of business models already and have tried. Because there's difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is like, I know it conceptually. Wisdom is like, I tried it, I failed it. I know that it doesn't work, right? Because I put money in, I put in the work, it didn't work, right? So we've tried the good, the bad, and the ugly business models, right? And we didn't like that the most of the business models we've tried, we didn't like that the more money we made, the less time we had, because there's no system. For example, in financial services, right? Our clients were available in the evening, right? Offline. So, when they're off in their jobs, right? We had to see them in their houses after and on the weekends. And the more, the more successful we had a agency of people, we had to train them in the evenings and weekends, right? We got so it's like, is there a way where when we make more money, we have more time? Like, that's kind of one criteria, one wisdom shift and perspective shift, right? The other shift is that we were like, most of our businesses were like local, right? We're only limited to, local customers. There was a limit, there was a cap, right? So, but the biggest problem of most business, and this online business solved it, and this was the missing piece for us that we saw, and people do not see because they have not tried, right? The biggest problem in all businesses that they don't teach is customer acquisition, right? A business that does not teach a long-term sustainable way to get customers is gonna struggle. Why? Because think about any business. It doesn't matter how good you are. Like, you're a good realtor, right? I'm so charismatic. I know I'm
Have to convince people.
but if you don't have customers, you're a struggling realtor, right?
Yeah.
A mortgage broker, same thing. Oh, I'm such a good mortgage broker, insurance, whatever. Even if you're an online business, you have a good e-commerce store. But if nobody teaches you customer acquisition long term, right? Teaches you the skills, you will struggle. And when we saw the webinar, because of that perspective, right? We knew instantly that this not only has, the pieces of the other elements that we saw that was good, like systems and products and stuff, but it actually teaches you how to acquire customers globally through a sustainable social media way. And 99%, I would say 98% of our customers and business partners is people we don't know because of through
That's
advertising is taught to us, right? This is the difference, and people don't see it because they don't have the wisdom that they actually failed and tried, right? We had a different perspective, and also the other perspective is we tried other online businesses already, right? Systems and tools. We would pay 500 USD per month just for all the tools that we had. You know,
technology. Yes, that's true.
like the maintaining the website, our own, eWeber system, all that kind of stuff, right? So that's another perspective that we had, and when we saw this, is like, this is a, like you said, what people don't see is they have not tried other things, right?
Mhm.
That's
We
true.
see a gold mine in front of us because we can smell it, because we saw it, right? And we ran in so much
Yeah.
faith, right?
Yeah, and also just to add on, I think what really inspired us to get started is that we saw normal everyday people
Yeah.
getting results. Like I was like, because I was skeptical in the beginning. Imagine like failing in so many businesses, and
Yes, yes.
they was so excited to show it to me the webinar, and I was like, okay, no, I'm not gonna watch it. But the more he showed me real people getting results, people that are immigrants like us, people that are older than us, people that doesn't speak much English, people that have more kids, of multiple jobs, and then they're quitting their jobs, they're getting the results we wanted. Like they're paying off their debts, they're paying off their houses, they're buying their homes, traveling without worries. And that really inspired me that if these people are getting the results, maybe we can do it too. So that really inspired us to get started. And of course, with the previous experience that we had, we saw a gold mine in this online
And
business.
that's a really good point. I just want to add to it, like, the result is really key,
Hmm.
because when people buy franchises, again, we also look into franchises, right? They're not buying a franchise because it's the greatest burger in the world. For example, McDonald's, right? It's the greatest burger in the world, right?
Mhm.
Everybody will make a better burger, right?
Hmm.
They're not buying that because of that. They're buying it because of a proven
System.
duplicate system,
Yeah.
right? That has been tested and proven that can run $1 million, burger restaurant, right? That's why they have tested it, right? People will pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, not for the burger, but for the
Just a
System.
system,
name tag.
right? That gets the result, right?
Hmm.
Predictable result, right? This online business is not a concept, right? People are not saying, oh, this may or may not work, right? We are the results that people got is the proof in the pudding. So what we're handing you is a proven, duplicatable system, just like McDonald's, that you can take where you are from your job, and you can, if you put in the work. Again, this is the caveat, right? You have to put in the work like these people have put in, and that's the only variable, because we don't know, what kind of work you're going to put in, how consistent you are. That's the only variable. If you put in the same amount of work, you stay consistent, like all these people, you have a proven duplicatable system that you can actually get out of your job and make six figures. That's not
Mhm.
even like that's not even like a concept. It's people are doing it. If you go into our community, that's what blew my mind, right? So that is why, when we saw it, we're like, yeah, it has all the pieces that a long-term sustainable business can do.
So yeah, I would add one more thing with you as well. Like that, as you were saying, the result is the one that we speak. The sometime we may say something, we might not able to show everything what we actually do, because every business has their own policy and rules that we pass through. That we are also committed to a global company who have already established their reputation, last 50 years, and we're super excited for our convention as well for that. But think about like a billion trillion dollar businesses people have already established with, like, as Dave was giving an example of McDonald or Burger King or might be Chick-fil-A. All the branded franchise they are established today is not because they were cross. Somebody has put the faith in the first place and take a first steps. They knows that what they're doing. They had a full faith on their the system they have built. They knows what I'm coming with. That's what their belief and their faith bring them to what they're today. So yes, I'm completely agree with you that the brand that got created, what they're making is not the good burger. It's because their outcomes the same as ours. Like we have a 200 more than 200,000 people who are just changed their life, which is like is a proven, like people can go see their outcome, everything, like their check, their income, as you show your mortgage paid off and everything. That is my best example to let everyone know this is a proven system. Yes, but somewhere people still are very, you are talking about 6 years back, but I'm still talking about nowadays, where this business is more popular than what was before, 6 year past. Still nowadays the people has a question, they're very doubtful, might be like a lot of mind they're going on. Should I go, like, as you were saying, you were very skeptical about this, how they should come across, like the steps that we have, like, registration with their name and email, then watching the webinar, then second steps, then go into like the process that we have is a very simple and easy process. Why nowadays people still are not thinking to just to follow, because there is a nothing to lose? Like, what do you think people still holding of what, and how they can overcome from that?
Yeah, skepticism, fear only comes from a couple of things, right?
Yeah, like a couple, like a few reason why people are skeptical. Maybe some of them have valid experiences, like us, we have previous experience where we get scammed before, right? So that's normal. That you're scared to take a step. The other reason is that maybe you just heard from somebody, or you're just scared of the unknown. You don't know, like, if
It's
you're
one of those things.
yeah, it's one of those things. But the only way to lower that skepticism is to have more education, have more knowledge, especially nowadays, right? That social media is more popular, right? Is, it's valuable already, that it's working. I would probably say like 10 years ago it's harder, right? Because you don't know, right? But now thousands of people are making the income, like, and so basically for people that are skeptical, it's really like, to take the next step and watch the free webinar, and then take the next steps, because we do have a 30 days money guarantee if you see that this is not a fit for you. It's not for everybody, but it's for people that wants to switch it up online, right? People that wants to maybe have extra income in the beginning, and it's up to you. Most people that start this business, they do it part-time, and then if it replaces their full-time jobs, you can choose to quit your job, or maybe just keep your job and have this income online as well.
And if you're watching this live or replay, and I could kind of make it relatable to like transitioning into a career.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most relatable, because a lot of us are not entrepreneurs. I was an entrepreneur, right? It's kind of like transitioning into a career. And that is the only most understandable way I can give it to people, because like when you transition from, let's say I'm an engineer and I want to become a nurse, right? You can't just jump into nursing.
No.
It's not, right?
Yeah.
There's some requirements you need to do, right? In fact, you have to invest time and money to learn the skills, right? And not everyone even finishes. And this is the truth, right? And is there guarantee that if you go through nursing school, that first of all you're gonna finish, and first of all you're gonna get a job? There's no guarantee, absolutely. But people don't complain about it. I know some people that went to engineering with me, have some massive student loans, no job, they didn't complain, right? Because that's just how the system is set up, right? Our system is the same setup. People start this thing, they don't finish, they don't make money. That's same thing, right? Some people finish, but they don't make money, right? Which equivalent to don't get a job in school. Some people finish but only make a little, right? This is equivalent to anything. But some people that take it seriously also get paid very, very, very seriously, right? So, and if I was to kind of give an advice to people that are going into this career, like, how you talk to alumni, like, you're as a nurse, right? How is the job like? Is income good, right? I'm going to tell you, if you decide to go this, and when you look at the webinar and you move to the next step and you have this inclination that is telling you that this is for you, if you go onto this thing, I'm going to tell you, take it seriously, because we took it seriously and we get paid seriously, that it blows our mind as a graduate, as an alumni. Let's just say we're an alumni, right? I'm telling you, we're already in the field for a while. The freedom, the time, the result, it's incredible. People that come here that take this course but don't take it seriously, I feel bad for them, because they don't know what's on the other side when they graduate, per se, right? When they actually get the skills, when they get the results, when they can actually how to convert something, when they can, it's incredible, right? not only the income, the freedom, but the impact you can make. Not just income, but impact. Because now that the place we are in, we're not, like sometimes when money is not the big thing anymore, right? We're doing it because we know how it feels. When you start something, we were $86,000 in consumer debt when we started. We were just praying for something. We were hoping that something will work, right? We know how that feels. And now we can have an impact and encourage and inspire them that you can. We did. You can too. You can completely change your life from the comfort of your home without quitting your job. It's called the magic of part time. There's no risk because you're actually taking a career on a part time basis. Like one of the ladies, her name is Katrina. You know her as well, right? She was on her fourth child. She was pregnant, right? Right? And when she saw our ad, she's like, okay, when my baby comes out, I'm gonna start this thing. She did, right? She did it when the fourth baby slept from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., right? 6 months straight. On the comfort of her home, right? And she built a career that way. She was making 30,000 as an assistant, right? Last year she made well over 200,000. It changed her life, right? Because she took it seriously, right? So this is like a career. You could get into it, try it, not graduate, you won't make money, right? But if you think that, you're looking for something and you're serious for change, do it, but take it seriously, right?
Yeah, why, like when you were saying about, like, the mindset, like the what you were saying about the seriousness about like this business, I was just focusing on you both, because today your position is where you don't even have to come to the screen, like you don't even have to come to the, like the opportunities you are giving to the people. So the opportunity that I got today, I'm blessed, I would say I'm lucky. One of might be like that 200,000 people who are doing this business, they will be dreaming to take an interview of, Dave and Roxanne. That is a dream. Even though you are coming today, because I know what your, income level might be today. Like you don't, you can just sleep and still your money will be in your bank. That's where you are today. But still you are here because, as you said, some point after, this business is not all about money. Is somewhere you want to help other. You want it to be inspired, to someone that might be someday, who, like, say, as I every time whenever I feel like a down, one of my mentor, like, I don't know if she was watching me, like Sadi Kapoor, she's always tell us, like, whenever you feel like down, go watch our what do you call,
Mastermind.
mastermind. Yes, mastermind. Go watch mastermind. If you see one or two mastermind, you will be boosted. Sometimes I don't get a time to go there. I go to your pace sometime. I go and see your video, because you every day you have something very informative. You are showing people how this business is changing the many, many, many lives, which impacted their financially. It's not only money, as you said, like now you're spending time with your son. I saw today you have posted that, like, he's climbing, like he's 3 years old.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So think that if you both would hold your previous the career, would you be able to take the might be in the weekend, might be like a special occasion, might be the vacation time, but not as everyday growth. Might be you saw him, like you were today, you might can tell he's a 3 years old. Every day, what was the day for him, you can tell every moment, because you enjoyed while you was doing for your family. So you don't have to worry about your financial capacity, which is you have already built an empire that is producing that support. And at the meantime, you are spending that quality time with your precious moment with your family and friends, which is a big blessed. This is a big blessed. Yeah. So for that, as I was saying, the positive mindset and strong desire is a very, very, very important in this business. Like, when I have started with this today, I have did my 30 days go live challenge month of December.
Wow.
In January, I have my new project came up. I could not do anything. I said, no way, I'm going to start it again. So I put myself, still I'm working. You saw me like I'm logging off. I'm doing it because I wanted to do something, because this is not about money, as you say. I want to see the people coming this platform, how big opportunities is, nothing that you are losing anything. This is kind of a franchise, as much as you sharing this process, this knowledge. I hope we all are growing at the same ways, like people are growing at the same ways, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like the reason why we continue to advertise, because if you think about it, you're like, if you tell someone like, I took this course, it changed my life, right? So we're just telling people, take it, take the same thing. This one lady in the UK, she's like,
Oh yeah.
you asked the same question. She said, why do you continue to advertise, right? You don't even need to do this anymore. It's like, that's
Yes.
the gateway to changing people's lives, right? Without them seeing our advertising, they will not know that there's an opportunity like this. And she is here because of our ad, right? I said, you wouldn't be here. Like, we're already in our fifth or sixth year. And again, at that point, money is not the biggest thing anymore, right? You wouldn't be here if we didn't continue to advertise, right? That's why we continue to advertise, because we know that's where change happens, right? And we can share our story, and people will come. Again, when you learn the skills, it's not that hard anymore, right? Because you've been in it for 6 years. You can create an ad just like that, and you launch it. And again, when you have more money, you have more fuel to the fire. And why stop, right? That is just the thing. So
Thank you so much, Dave. And the last, question. I know we can have this conversation because there is a lot to discuss, a lot to learn from you both. And as I said, like you are like your name is like now kind of a brand to us. Like we know how where you are today and how valuable to our this community. Like your opinion, your inspiration, your everyday journey is inspired us. So my last question to you: what are your message to my community people, or the people that who are watching, or my viewers that who especially follow me? Like how do you want to approach to like what they should do, like if they are still thinking, or if they have some kind of even thought about this business, how important that this is the right moment to take the action?
Yeah, like for the people that are watching, right? I think maybe some of you is skeptical, some of you are hesitant to start. I can really relate to that because it took Dave maybe like 4 months just to convince me. But what really got me is his question. He asked me, okay, let's say we don't do this online business or any business. We just keep grinding, keep doing our jobs, corporate jobs. What do we have in the next 3 years? Maybe we'll pay off some debts. That's it. But what if we do the second option? The second option is, we'll keep our corporate jobs, and at the same time we'll build an online business on the side. Maybe what will happen in the next 3 to 5 years building this? Maybe we could pay off our debts. Maybe we'll buy a home, right? And maybe we'll have freedom. And that really made me thinking that if I don't do anything differently starting right now, in the next couple of years, what do we have? It's the same thing over and over. And I thank God for my husband that are really, persistent to, to do this, for to open my mind, because 3 years later, at the time, I was able to quit my corporate job in 29 months. Right, I quit my corporate job. I was 5 months pregnant with our son, our first child, and a year later, I told my manager, I'm not coming back because this business can more than sustain our lifestyle. And for him, it took him about 14 months to quit his corporate job. And now, for the past 4 years for me and 5 years for him, we've been boss free. And that's really, I think, precious for us because we've been able to witness our son grow up more. We, of course, it's not every day, but it's we've seen him grow more than if we only have the weekends off, right? And I think what really priceless for me is to be able to give back to my parents. We're able to help my parents in the retirement, and that's been always my dream. My mom is 61 now, and in his 60th birthday, before he turned 60, we were able to give him that retirement. We told
5 years early.
5 years earlier, we told her, you no longer have to work. You can enjoy your retirement with the grandkids or travel. So she's been traveling back
That's
to
great.
Philippines, US, to spend time with her mom, right, with her siblings as well. So and of course grandkids. But it's amazing to be able to do that.
Yeah, I just want to echo what Roxanne said, because like it really dawned on me when she said we've been boss for 5 years. That really is because this is I've never been in a career longer than this now. Because engineering, I was only there a year and a half. The longest I had was 3 years as a general manager, so consultant. 5 years. The reason I said that is because if you're watching this live or replay, I want you to consider the online the online direction as a career path
Yeah.
now. It's not something where you graduate high school, engineering, doctor, that's the only path you have, right? Online business can be a career path for you now. Realtor, mortgage broker, that's a career path. That's fine. But online business, let me tell you,
Mhm.
if you try this career path and you take it seriously, you'll be blown away, right? I was blown away. Like even now could need to get a bit blown away the kind of income results you can get, right? And so consider this path, and it starts with clicking the link because we all click the link, watch something.
Mm.
Again, it may be or maybe not for you. We don't know, but it starts with exploring it. You have to explore, take a look, investigate, and look at the people. They're in the thing that really surprised me too, because the people, they're not hiding behind like business pages that you don't see. They're not
Mhm.
based. People are real people. They have real lives that are doing it, and that cannot be more real than that. And again, consider it. Take a look at it. It may be for you.
Yeah, and also just to add on that, for me, prior to the online business, I asked the Lord, I prayed to heal our finances because we were in so much debts. So for the people that says, "Oh, I don't have money, I don't have capital to start," right? We were there. We were in so much debts, like 86,000 consumer debt. So we were in negative, and we were renting a two-bedroom apartment. We couldn't even save a down payment. So when we prayed, right, God led us to an opportunity, which is this. So a lot of you maybe have been praying for an answer, right? So whatever those dreams in your heart, God will always give you the resources, the time, the money, the talents, the people, the right people that will help you accomplish those dreams. So for us, this has been an answered prayer for us. It may be or may not be for you, but the best thing to do is to take that leap of faith, connect with Kenny's there, and we are here to support you as coaches and mentors here.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Roxanne. I really admire that what you have said in the last, that you have asked God to have some kind of way to recovery from this, your debt that you have, like $86,000 you have mentioned a few time. The opportunities, the you call God, we call Allah, like whoever call whatever their Almighty in their religious, but they he he might bring something to you. You have to know, and you have to keep that God of faith, that is this something that knocking in my door to might be the opportunities is opening to, that might be the answer of that prayers that I have made. So as you have made that faith and you believe in it, this proven system, and you have changed your life, and under you are now a coach, you both are coach, you have helping hundred and thousand of people now to changing their lives. So I am one of them, that I'm in here, and I feel proud myself, even though I'm very young to this now business. But I thought, nothing is late. Like I have started minimum, I have you are 6 years, I'm 6 months, but
Yeah,
I'm
amazing.
hoping I eventually might be, one day will be like what the position that you are holding today, but might be that time you are will be above like this. But hope is the key of your dream. Like you have to keep hoping and dreaming, and then explore, keep faith on yourself and trust. And as Dave mentioned, like positive mindset is a big matter. No matter how big opportunities come to you, no matter what is given to your hand, but if you do not know how to utilize them, if you do not know that how strongly admire to those and work on to it. And this is like a everyday life, like the best opportunities that I can do right from my home, right where I'm sitting. There is a no boss to bossing me around, hey, why your work is not finished and blah blah blah. But still I'm making more money than what my job might be offered. So I again thank you both, and giving your valuable time to my viewers and your viewers, and letting everybody know that yes, this business is a opportunity where everybody can change their life. So thank you, Dev and Rakshan.
Thank you, Kanis.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. God bless you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching us today with Dave and Roxanne. And I will continue my 7 days go live challenge, and I'll bring the guest if it's possible, or else I'll contain myself, like to continue produce. Like, if you have any kind of question or suggestion that you want to ask or you want to provide, feel free to put the comments. I will be really appreciate your every comments that you make. Thank you so much. Have a good day.